How do you think men treat women who they think they are settling for? Do they treat them well, or do they tend to treat them poorly?
Poorly.
Mm-hmm. Do you have an answer?
It's so tough because we're talking strictly based on looks, and it's
Sure,
relationships.
Yeah, there's more to it than that.
You know, like if you're mid, my consideration. I mean, if we're still like looks, then that's fine.
Yeah, we're still talking about that.
I don't know. I think they treat them similar to how they treat themselves.
Well, I mean, we have a woman here who said her treatment totally changed when she became more physically attractive. She used to weigh more. She now weighs less. The treatment has totally changed. Mm-hmm. And so, taking her anecdotal example here, I would say this equally applies to women. Yeah. Women treat men who they're more attracted to better than they treat men who they're less attracted to.
Facts.
I think that's just a subconscious thing.
Yeah.
Right. But if as a woman, but let me ask you a question. If you think you're more attractive than you actually are, how are you going to treat the men who are actually in your league? You're going to just
treat them like
reject
shit.
them. You're going to ignore them. Or if you do end up in a relationship with them, you're going to view it as settling, and invariably you're not going to treat them very well.
Facts.
Not in all instances, of course. I'm not saying all women are inclined to treat people worse off, but it occurs to me that we do tend to treat people differently based on our sense of how attractive they are. If you settle for somebody, you might do less for them. You might not treat them as well.
Facts.
Sure, that's fair.
I think a lot of it for girls too is like a lot of attractiveness. I know we're talking solely based off looks, but a lot of attractiveness is from personality. I've seen guys that I like know that before I get to know them, I can be like, they're not very cute, they're not that good looking, but once you get to know them and their personality completely change. And I'm notoriously known to go for guys that the rest of my friends don't find very attractive, but that's solely because of their personality and how they hold themselves.
That's all made right though.
Or wait, are you asking? Or no?
Yeah, so were they still 6'3", but they weren't good looking, but their
no,
personality
not
was
necessarily.
Good?
I mean,
I thought you only dated 6'1" and above.
My height and above, like almost 6'1".
Damn, bitch, you 6'1".
I mean,
fuck.
Height's a big thing.
You my height,
but I think that their personalities are more like the thing that gets them across for me. If a guy's funny and like holds himself with confidence and stuff, it goes way further.
Are all men funny? And what percentage of men do you think are funny? And what percentage of men hold themselves with confidence or have charisma?
Probably pretty high amount, but I think there's a fine line between confidence and charisma and like ego.
Sure, these are all different things, but
yeah.
I would say that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I was just going to say, I agree that men can make up for deficiencies by having outstanding personality, humor, etc. They can make up for it. I still think some component of physical attractiveness needs to be there.
Yeah.
But, yes, sure. If they can... But what if a guy doesn't have those things?
Doesn't have the physical traits?
No, he doesn't have the humor or the charisma or the personality.
It's probably a no guy. I find that when people don't hold themselves in confident ways, don't have the charisma, they become less attractive to me.
What?
Okay.
Even if they're like a 10 out of 10, there's just something about them that will always be less attractive to me.
The way you think really matters.
Yeah.
There was a guy that I was talking to. He had an 8-pack, beautiful, but he was a liberal, and I was just like, I can't do it. Just the way that the things that he would say, I just couldn't do it.
You did the right thing.
I'm telling you, he was sexy. His biceps were insane, but he was just stupid.
Not big enough.
It really does matter. My first boyfriend, he actually was ugly. He was not attractive. People would tell him all the time, how the hell were you able to get Kishwan? He says, my personality, and it's true.
Yeah.
He was a conservative?
No, I was like 17.
Oh.
He's in prison now.
Oh, shit.
I didn't really choose the best guy the first time around.
Dodge the bullet.
So
yeah,
I mean, I guess going back to my point, so if women tend to have a delusional and inflated sense of self as it comes to their physical attractiveness, they'll rate themselves higher than they actually are. They rate men lower than what those men actually are. I mean, how is this just not a recipe for disaster where women will just be perpetually chasing after men who are out of their league
Facts.
and rejecting the men who are in their league? So, I mean, that's why I think this rating question is important. Frankly, I think most women are trying to date well above what their looks, prospects, and
Facts.
personalities warrant.
Females, I don't know. Females are weird.
I say some women not all.
I agree.
They want a lamb, a
I
nigga that got a
especially
lamb,
think
but
the
she got a
issue of
Honda.
women
That shit
chasing
makes
men
no
is
sense.
rampant right now. I don't know if I entirely see the correlation between it being because they rate themselves more highly and tend to avoid men who you say are in their league. But I definitely think that it's a problem when women demean themselves to the point of chasing men, whether they recognize they're doing it or not.
Well, I think
Wait.
that the script has slowly been getting flipped with Gen Z. So the idea of egalitarianism, the movement towards we're just interchangeable widgets, which has become socialized in society, it seems to be rejected pretty heavily by a huge subset of Gen Z. A bunch of them embrace it, don't get me wrong, but a larger subset of them say no than you would ever imagine. And so they seem to look at this and go, you know, if you really think we're equal and you really think that you're awesome, and hey, you can pay for the fucking dates, and you can fuck off. And that it seems to kind of reverse the script, right? Now the women kind of have to chase them. They're just like, yeah, you know, we don't really want to get involved if this is going to be a lot of work and a pain in the ass and this type of thing. And there seems to be a much larger subset of that now than there was definitely for millennials.
Just one point of clarification, Gracie. When I say chasing, I don't mean that they're necessarily like doing the proactive things that men do to get women, although they are. But so when I say chasing, I just mean like the men that they want to be with. So the man could still be taking initiative because men will shoot their shots with women below their league. But the women will view this purely sexual interest and think that this is somehow equating to
That's all we're gonna
like
watch for
long-term
today. I'm gonna
romantic
get on to the
interest.
next video because I ain't really talking about
And,
much. Appreciate
so-
y'all for tuning in. This your boy RLM, and we out.